All right. Good morning from here. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you
morning,
are
Prof.
around the world. So it's nice to have you. This is the breakout session 5 of Bandung. So if the presenters are there, I hope you have been enjoying the conference. And I believe session 2 will be another good one for you. So you're all welcome. So
Okay, so
can we
Prof,
take
yeah, I will start
presenter
first.
number 1?
Yeah, I will start Nurul Aliana Suha.
Okay, you are.
Okay, I will share my screen right
Please
now.
all right, that's the first presentation. Critical understanding of rural and actors' behavioral interaction for rural transformation, a systematic literature review.
Okay.
So you have 5 minutes.
Sorry, 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
You have 10 minutes to express yourself clearly.
Okay.
Your time starts now.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. I am Aliana Suha, and today I will presenting a study titled Critical Understanding of Rurals and Actors' Behavioral Interaction for Rural Transformation, a Systematic Literature Review. So let's start. Okay, rural development often receive less attention than urban area, despite being crucial for balanced social and economic environmental capital growth. There is the National Rural Physical Planning framework that exists, but the behavior of rural actors plays a key role in ensuring these top-down policies succeed. However, there is limited research that clarify the meaning of rural and the scope of rural actors' behavior. Therefore, the main objective of this study are to enhance rural transformation by understanding the characteristic of rural and actors' behavioral interaction. Okay, here we examine the major behavioral challenges in rural setting, including the weak connection between rural and urban areas, income disparities between rural and urban, the aging rural population increase while the youth population decline. So as you can see in the figure 1, urban and rural population of the world from 1950 until projection 2050. So as you can see, the urban keep increasing while the rural population keep declining. So it is projected in years 2050, it is about 68%, which is more than 2/3 population will be living in the urban setting, which highlights the need to address these rural issues now. So for methodology, we follow the systematic literature review that encompasses of 4 phases. The first, identification, screening, eligibility, and included. So this study aimed to answer the research question, how to understand rural and actors' behavioral interaction for rural transformation. So the selected database that been used are Google Scholar, Scopus, and Web of Science, with the using a keyword of rural actors, rural behaviors, and behaviors. We then analyze the gathered data by using thematic analysis to identify the relevant pattern and theme for the rural and behavioral interaction. So we also apply strict inclusion criteria, focusing on full text studies that published between 2015 until 2023. We also apply backward-forward search strategies because we want to know the form of theories before this duration in the late 19th centuries. So next we'll go for the findings. There are 3 findings for this study. The first one is the characteristic of rural areas. As you can see here, there are 4 classifications of rural areas. The first one, urban-rural, rural-urban, rural, and mainly rural. So for each classification have different characteristics of rural areas. For example, urban-rural total population between 5,000 until 10,000 people, while the mainly rural, the smallest one, total population is less than 1,000 people. Then the distance to the nearest town center for the urban-rural is 10 until 20 kilometers, while for mainly rural, distance to the nearest town center is more than 50 kilometers. Okay, so all of this classification got from the National Rural Physical Policies of Malaysia. However, for this study, we also consider and compare the definition and characteristic to others country. For example, Ghana defined the population for rural, which is less than 5,000 people. United States, less than 2,500 people. Argentina, Ecuador, less than 2,000 people. Ireland, less than 1,500 people. So this, we want to highlight that each countries have a different definition, different characteristic of rural area. So next, we'll go for the second findings, the characteristic of actors' behavioral interaction. Rural actors' behavior encompasses individual action in response to stimuli from simple reflex to the complex pattern that can be shaped from various factors. So here is the 5 perspectives that have been analyzed from the data. So the first one is economic behavior. This is how individual companies or group makes decision based on incentive, constraint, and market condition. It also can involve how they allocate resources and make choice to maximize the benefits while considering costs and other factors. So next behavior interaction is environmental behavior. So this refer how to individual or group react to environment. For example, like recycling, conserving resources, and adopting sustainable practice. So this behavior of environment can be shaped by the motivation, belief, and external factors such as policies or education. So next, move forward towards the psychology behaviors. Okay, psychology behaviors can include both visible action and internal processes like thinking or feeling. It also can be influenced by the genetic, emotion, social interaction, and past experience. So next is the social behavior. Social behavior refers to how individual or groups within the community interact within the social setting. So this can be whether verbal or non-verbal action that can be influenced by social norms and cultural values. These are such as peer pressure, individual traits, personality, belief, social roles, and so on. So next is technology behavior. Technology behavior refers to how individual or system use and interact with the digital tools. This includes how they navigate the digital platforms, make technology-related decisions, and communication online. So all of this behavior can give impacts towards the rural transformation. So we'll go for the third findings. So each
you have 3. Sorry, Ms. Shamsuddin, you have 3 minutes more.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prof. Okay, we'll continue for the characteristic of rural transformation. So each of behavioral interaction, as mentioned before, can contribute to the overall development of rural areas. So rural transformation from each perspective can take various forms of the smart rural, resilience rural, livable rural. For example, digital innovation from the technology perspective can play a significant role in transforming rural areas into the smart rural areas. Okay, then for example, resilience rural and livable rural focus on adapting to environmental and economic challenges while maintaining their rural identity. So next, we'll go for the discussion. So all of this finding stress on the important to understand the varied definition of rural as well as diverse behavioral patterns which are crucial for the success of rural development initiative. So we have developed conceptual framework of rural and actors' behavioral interaction for rural transformation. So this conceptual framework can guide the development of national rural policies and intervention, emphasizing the interconnectedness of these various factors in shaping the action and decision of individual or group within the rural communities. So for the conclusion, this paper highlights the complexity of rural setting and the diverse behavioral interaction of their community. So acknowledging this complexity will lead to the more inclusive decision-making and ultimately sustainable rural development. So that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any question, feel free to ask me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that prompt 10 minutes 10 minutes presentation. Do we have any questions from the others that are on this panel or those that joined us online for this session? Yes, it's a presentation on rural transformation. Let me ask you a fast one.
Okay.
If the rural areas actually get transformed the way you have just mentioned it, is there a possibility that it can affect the rapid urbanization that's taking place all over the world? Or that graph that you found, whether it can slightly change or something?
Okay.
What do you think?
For information, in my opinion, rural transformation is hard to achieve by the developing countries because they have limited in the infrastructure and technology and so on. But we can propose incentive that can give them motivation. For example, the subsidies. This from the aspect government subsidies towards the community in rural community for the green technology practice or the grant for the education or the development program for them. So this may be one of the effort from the government or from the others agencies that can make them move forward toward the rural transformation, even though they have limited in the infrastructure and so on. But also, they also can implement the low-cost technologies, for example, mobile banking or solar infrastructure, because this is one that I think will move forward in the future from the aspect of digital tools. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, so you're very positive that if the right policies, whether it's technological or smart technologies, can transform the rural areas. You talked about the definition of rural areas.
Yes.
In New Zealand, in Ghana, and some other places. You didn't mention for Malaysia or Indonesia or Indonesia.
I mentioned about the Malaysia. This 4 classification is based on national rural physical policies from Malaysia. So we have 4 classification for rural. So urban rurals, rural urban, rural and mainly rurals. So for all of these classification have different total population and distance to the nearest town center. Prof.
All right.
Yes.
So are your collaborators online?
No.
Your collaborators, they are not online at all?
Yes, I am on behalf of them.
Okay, you're the one that's presenting on their behalf.
Okay.
So other people that are online or you're physically present, do you have any suggestions for this research on rural development? So what's the next level in this research?
Pardon?
This is a literature, a systematic literature review.
Yes, yes.
Are you planning a follow-up research?
Yes, yes. Currently, I'm doing PhD research. So we have done the collecting data using the questionnaire survey, and maybe in the future we'll go for the interview with the successful leaders of the rural community, and then we can this allow us to validate the findings with the real world data.
All right, fantastic. We wish you all the best in your research.
Okay, thank you,
We
Prof.
hope that you'll be we hope that you'll be publishing even your next research with the Asia Pacific Conference, right?
Okay, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, Prof.
Thank you. If there are no, yes, thank you. So if there are no other questions, we go to the next presenter or the next presentation, which is TE004, reliability of AicE-based calibration in quantifying systematic errors of static LiDAR. That will be Abdulrazak. Okay.
Can everyone see my slide?
Yes, we can see your slide. Are there any of your co-presenters
No.
online?
No, Prof.
Okay, you are the only one presenting.
Yes.
Okay, you have 10 minutes.
Okay. I can start now, Prof.
Okay, you can start.
Okay, thank you, Prof. And good morning to everyone. My name is Nuna Zura. I am a postgraduate student from UiTM Police, Malaysia. The title for my paper is Reliability of Accuracy-Based Calibration in Quantifying Systematic Errors of Static LiDAR. Okay, the static LiDAR that I use for my study is sorry, I cannot move on to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the static LiDAR that I use for my study is called terrestrial laser scanner, TLS. And as you can see in the first figure, the similarity among between TLS and this geodetic instrument is that they are susceptible to systematic errors. And in my case, I focus on quantifying systematic errors because, as you can see in the second figure, the existence of systematic errors may deplete the quality of TLS data. And one way to improve the TLS data quality is by performing the TLS self-calibrations. So basically, my paper focused on the procedure of terrestrial laser scanner TLS self-calibration, bundle adjustment procedures, specifically on using the accuracy-based method. So now, what does it mean? What does it has to do with quantifying systematic error written in the title? So, okay, when we are performing a TLS self-calibration procedure, we are actually modeling the values of systematic errors or the correction value. Those values were then applied to TLS raw data to improve its quality. Okay, the idea of my study comes while I am reviewing the literatures where I noticed that actually all researchers only focus on precision-based for one method called point-based TLS self-calibration. And when I go deeper, I found out that exploring accuracy-oriented approaches, which is by incorporating reference points, has improved calibration parameters or the correction value in other optical instruments such as photogrammetric system and laser trackers. So based on this those literature review, this paper aimed to investigate the novelty of the applications of accuracy-based approaches, which is by establishing reference values in TLS self-calibration procedure, utilizing two types of constraints. The first one is point-based and the second one is line-based. So to achieve my aim, I have designed two objectives. The first one is to examine the significance of precision method, and the first the first proposed technique in TLS point-based self-calibration. And the second objective is to investigate the efficacy of accuracy-oriented techniques in TLS self-calibration. So basically, my first objective will be focused on studying the current implementation and the first proposed technique, which is called the point-based constraint, while the second objective will be focused on studying the second proposed technique. We call it line-based constraint. Okay, so for methodology, I will just explain to you the difference between these three self-calibration methods. So first of all, to perform TLS self-calibration, we must have dimensions or surfaces in order to attach our black and white targets. And as for me, I have choose a dimensions of classroom with 4 walls. And then I attach numbers of targets, and those targets were scanned from 7 different positions. Okay, as you can see in the first figure, it shows method 1, we call precision-based. And based on my experience, it is easy to conduct method 1 because only TLS, the terrestrial laser scan measurement, was performed. Okay, unlike method 1, method 2 requires additional measurement known as CRP measurement in order to establish known values. So method 2, we call it point-based constraint. ASC stands for accuracy self-calibration. As shown in the figure, not all targets, but just a few will be selected as reference values represented by the red-colored target. This known value were fixed during the computations of self-calibration bundle adjustment. Okay, we move on to method 3. Method 3 is similar to method 2 in that both require the use of a known value for calibration procedure. Okay, however, while method 2 focus on fixing a specific point, which is point-based, method 3 works by fixing a distance between 2 points. So that's why we call it line-based constraint. So basically, the flow of this study is like this. First, I scanned the targets and then computed the TLS self-calibration bundle adjustment. Okay, the purpose of self-calibrations.
Miss Nazura.
Yes.
You have 3 minutes more.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, is to model systematic error. So that's why I have 3 different calibration parameters because I have 3 different methods. And then I obtain the value, I apply it to the TLS raw data, and then I obtain another 3 sets of calibrated data. So moving on to the findings. So of course, focusing on accuracy base, I will have to assess the quality of my reference value. So for the first reference value, the purpose of the first reference value is to evaluate the accuracy of the calibrated TLS data. And based on the first figure as well as the table, both precision and accuracy shows high precision and accuracy. And then for this second reference value is established to assess because I want to know the calibration parameters derived from my proposed technique, is it correct or not? So I compare it with the current implementation. And the result shows the current implementation managed to improve the quality of TLS data from 5 mm to 2 mm. Okay, now, next is I need to know whether the TLS, first I need to know whether the TLS data need to perform self-calibration or not. So table 2 shows that first data processing does not shows significant error due to the use of new instrument. So I introduced synthetic errors shown in table 3, and the derivations of calibration parameters are shown in table 4. So with the derivations of CPs, I compare it to the current implementations, the CP from the current implementation, and the second proposed technique shows similarity with the benchmark. So after I applied the calibration parameter to the TLS data according to my proposed technique, it shows that all calibration method shows improvement to TLS data quality. Okay, so in order for me to understand why I got such results, I analyzed based on the standard deviation, residual, and correlation coefficients. So based on this table from standard deviation and residual, I found out that point-based constraint shows a significant difference from benchmark. And for the correlation coefficient, there is no significant correlation between the methods. So for the conclusion, to conclude, while the point-based constraint showed inconsistent parameters, it had the weakest correlation compared to other methods, which is a positive outcome. However, the line-based method proved to be more effective in improving the quality of TLS measurement. With both objectives achieved, the overall aim of this paper has also been successfully reached. It shows that while accuracy-based approach using reference values can improve TLS self-calibrations, the line-based method is particularly more effective. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Nazura, for that all figured and statistic presentation. Are there any questions or suggestions for her? All right, let me quickly ask you, what in practice, what does this translate to? Whether it's point-based or it is line-based TLS measurement. What does it translate to in practice?
Okay, so basically we have instrument called TLS, right? So we cannot simply use the instrument on site. We have to calibrate first. So to calibrate this instrument, we have a different method as presented just now. So that is what is meant by point-based constraint, line-based constraints.
Okay, so it is about calibrating the instrument.
Yes.
That is going to be used. All right. All right. So now that you've done this and you found out the line-based one is better than the point-based one, which is what is the next level in your research?
Okay, so having a known value, we can develop a calibration frame so we can use it on site. We can bring it on site. So after this, no more attached targets, because when we calibrating instrument on site, the possibility to have surfaces, dimensions on site is difficult. So having calibration frame is easy for us to perform it on site.
Okay, now you know that you are going to be using the line-based calibration rather than the point-based one. All right, that's great. Any other questions or suggestions for Nazura, Miss Nazura? Okay, so what's the next level? Which research are you doing next after this?
I will evaluate the proposed calibration frame in real applications.
Okay, you will now put it to real applications.
Yes.
All right, that's fantastic. That's good. We'll expect your real applications in the next conference. Okay, thank you very much for that presentation. So let's take the next presentation, which is THE001. Is Sharif there? Okay, it's there. Exploring the impact of Malaysia's culinary heritage on tourism and economic development. So if you're there,
Yes, I'm here, Prof.
Oh, okay, you're here. You're welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you presenting alone?
Yes, but I think I have a few of my fellow friends also here.
Oh, they are online.
Yeah.
Oh, which of them is online?
Let me see, because I have Dr. Hairi. I think he's just now he's here actually.
All right. Don't worry, you can start.
Okay.
You
All right.
have 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Good day and good afternoon to all of you, and also organizer, to Prof, and also fellow participants. My name is Siti Fadila bin Sharif, and today I will be presenting my topic on exploring the impact of Malaysian culinary heritage on tourism and economic development. And as you can see, the rest of the author are my fellow friends. When we talk about culinary heritage, it is actually the examinations of the relationship between culture and cuisine, as well as a food art and also of a group of people or place. And then these are, as you can see, these are examples of country associated with their culinary, which represent destination or place identity. And then the example are, when we talk about kimchi, it's represent the South Korean, and then Neapolitan pizza represent the Italian, and then baguette represent the French people. And then when we say that local culinary heritage are crucial in the growth of tourism and economic essential element to enhance the understanding of the destination, place, unique identity, and also at the same time to boosting the economic. And according to UNESCO, actually, recognize cuisine as a part of culinary specialty for its symbolic and also identity, and then and also being stated that ritual important in society. And the previous study also says that local culinary heritage are crucial in growth of tourism and culinary heritage as a essentials element to enhance the understanding of destination, place, unique, and also at the same time to help boosting the tourism economic. And then as for the aim of the study, it says that we found out this study explore how Malaysian tourism industry to promote diverse culinary heritage for economic growth and also enhancing travel experience. And then this study, we're trying to explore how Malaysian culinary heritage shape tourism marketing strategy to boost its tourism industry. And then this study also tried to establish a fundamental understanding on the developments of culinary heritage and tourism marketing strategy that capitalize on the tourism industry of Malaysia. And then additionally, this study also to contribute to tourism development practice in country. And then as for this study, we do in Malaysia. Nevertheless, it says that the incorporations of culinary heritage into Malaysian tourism sector still remain debated. There is a limited research on how Malaysian government and also other tourism stakeholders use culinary heritage for marketing. It's still debated because of how the culinary heritage has been incorporated into the travel and also tourism sector to promote Malaysia. And that this limited research also focuses on culinary heritage to Malaysian government and other tourist stakeholder use to market the country. And then as for the methodology for our research, we can say that we are using the marketing material, include tourism pamphlet, travel guides, and ads published by Malaysian government from the year of 2020 until the latest one, we are using until June 2024. And then as for marketing material, it consists all these travel guides, pamphlet, and the advertisement. And then this methodology, we are using a textual content analysis to explore what actually the themes for this study. And then by previous researcher also stated that there are just a few of the tourist studies that have been used to try to figure out how local food use in destination marketing. And then the earlier study to support our research saying that content analysis is the main method to study how marketing reflect culture and also a place. And then with this content analysis, actually, it's a word that it's the word that means the same thing that can be boiled down into the fewer content related theme, or we can segregate it into a group. And then as for the finding, I'm using the latest one, which is marketing material from 2020 to June 2024 by key government and also tourism stakeholder on tourism and culinary heritage. And then I have the full table on my research. This is, I take the latest one, which is from 2024. We are using this one until June. And then we find out the latest one, we have a 12 brochure, we have a travel guides and also poster. These are the examples of, my apology, these are the examples of posters, brochure, and travel guide that we use in our studies. And then the finding of the study, the finding of the study is to find the key themes identified to promote Malaysian multi-ethnic culinary heritage specialty. And then we found out that the flavors and also the local ingredients give the highest contributions. And then these are the two most frequent used to market Malaysia through its local multi-ethnic culinary heritage. And then we can see that flavors and also local ingredient give the highest numbers in our finding.
Ms. Sharif, you have 3 minutes more.
Okay, sure. Okay, and then the flavors give the flavors and local ingredient are the most used term in marketing Malaysia culinary heritage. The local culinary heritage strengthen the culinary identity. It's to help the tourists better understanding that the destination. And then besides that, we also find out that professional chef and food enthusiasts are live streaming their culinary skill on platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and also YouTube. The use of word to signify the flavors such as spiciness, sweet, creamy, and hot emphasize the fact that locally grown spices, coconut milk, and also sugar as a seasoning are the among of ingredients that are frequently employed by majority of ethnic group in Malaysia. So as as our conclusion, we could say that the Malaysian government and tourism stakeholder have crafted a plan to promote the country through its culinary heritage. It says that local flavor, ingredient, and dishes highlight Malaysia's unique culinary heritage for tourism. Tourism stakeholder incorporate this distinctiveness into marketing team. And then this study actually it's actually highlight Malaysian rich culture heritage by promoting its unique culinary tradition to global community. And that we could say that in our conclusion, we could say that tourism stakeholder poses understanding of a concept and also uniqueness of local culinary heritage in appropriate theme in our finding into the marketing materials.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That's all from me.
Thank you, Ms. Sharif, for that presentation that really shows that you're a marketer, that you market tourism things. So are there any questions or contribution to this paper about culinary marketing in Malaysia? All right, let me see. I noticed that you gave us the names of popular culinary scenes from Korea and some other places. Okay, but I didn't notice that you compared some studies that have been done in this area, you know, in those other countries to yours. So is it in the complete paper or what?
It's actually a complete paper, Prof. But we did did not emphasize which dish actually, because of in Malaysia we found out that the dishes that we have in Malaysia, we have a multi-ethnic. So that's why the finding of our research, we are emphasized on local flavor and also a taste. That's why the finding says that the biggest and the highest showing for our finding is that the what we call it, the flavor and the local ingredient that have been using in the poster or the material itself, but there is no specific dishes or dish to represent the Malaysia itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So because it is multi-ethnic, you have a variety of
Yes.
dishes, kind of. All right. So what methods do you think were the most effective in terms of really marketing the culture and dishes like you?
Actually, our next research will be on, right now we're only focusing on the pamphlet and then the ads given by the governments. So our future research will be the what we call it, the current situation that everyone is using, which is the social media. That's why they are represent the culture itself through social media, either by Facebook, by TikTok, or by government official website. So this actually the platform that we are going to use for our next studies.
All right. The other thing is, I noticed the research is about stakeholders. Does public authorities have anything to do with this marketing of the culture and dishes?
Actually, the stakeholder that help the government to promoting on tourism sector itself. So that's why we also have to take the other stakeholder that collaborate with the government itself.
Okay, okay. Are there any other contributions from the audience to this paper? You already told us what you are going to do next.
Yeah. That one, it's for our future, our next future research. We are trying to focusing on the method emphasize on social media platform, how they are portraying the local heritage food in Malaysia, how they bring up that one. Because right now there is a lot of YouTubers using their platform to promote the local dishes, and then at the same time they are trying to bring out all the tourists, local or international tourists, to that place through local dishes.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Sharif, for that interesting presentation.
Thank you.
That seems to whet one's appetite
Thank you so much, Prof.
for coming to Malaysia.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Thank
take
you so
the
much,
next.
Prof.
Yes, you're welcome. So we take the next presentation, which is THE002.
Hi, Prof. I'm Safwan, gonna present for the 002.
Oh, okay. Are you going to share your slide?
Yep, I'm doing right.
All right. It's on social media, destination framing, and its impact on culinary heritage tourism from the traveler's perspective. Okay.
Yeah. Can you see the slide
You have
clearly?
10 minutes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon. So I'm gonna present on the social media, destination framing, and its impact on culinary heritage tourism from the traveler's perspective. I am Muhammad Safwan Abdulatif, a representative from my research team. So for the background of the study, nowadays, the social media is not only communication with or a platform for the communication, but it also influence how travelers or individuals discover, experience, as well as share their journeys through, for example, posting, story, and other mechanisms. The sharing is also expose the users to any particular image, or review, or video talking about the destination visited by them. This is basically lead to the destination framing of certain destination which strongly associate with the culinary heritage through the social media platform. This particular frame on the social media particularly able theoretically to persuade potential visitors or other travelers to visit and experience a specific the culinary heritage of a specific destination. So the purpose of this particular study is to investigate how social media framing influence travelers' perceptions and decisions to visit a culinary heritage destination. When we talk about the literature review, social media and destination image is a very significant and strongly related element because the image of destinations play an important role in influencing a tourist decision-making process. And from the perspective of social media, a prospective travelers, particularly especially those younger or young adults, use heavily social media to promote a certain destination while on travel sessions. It is basically highlight an interest of a specific destination, cultural and culinary offering in which integrate between the social media perspective and also the representations of the culinary heritage of the destination itself. So this particular study is basically being conducted through a qualitative research method using purposive sampling. The interview were conducted face-to-face involving a total of 12 active participants. Interview being held traditionally face-to-face across various states in Malaysia, including Borneo part. And the analysis of the data has been conducted using NVivo software for the thematic analysis. The finding highlights 4 important themes within the context of social media, destination framing, and tourist behavior. The first one is basically social media and destination framing. The study found out that the social media do help culinary heritage destinations to engage with the audiences, whereby the traveler keep posting and sharing about a specific food culture, which shape the destination perception. For example, certain destinations being framed as an important culinary heritage destination. For example, in Malaysia, it's known Kelantan for a traditional food and Penang as well, or Pulau Pinang. Another theme that being highlighted as a finding is basically information sharing and destination framing. Although it is not compulsory for the travelers to share any inputs or information about the specific culinary offering of the specific destination, but the interest or the hobbies is kind of push or giving what we call as a pull factors to the travelers to share any related information about the specific culinary offering of the destination itself. So this particular platform offer interactive features. It's not only a photo or image, it includes a video with integration of music that makes the overall experience able to attract a potential audience, especially the followers or the friends of the travelers itself from the social media platform. And then the third theme is basically on the culinary heritage destination influence on travelers. We found that the informants agrees that they do use social media before, during, and after travel period. So social media is a very important platform for the information searching, for information sharing, and for the post-information experience. So by integrating social media towards the marketing activities of the specific culinary destination framing, is able to promote a specific cuisines of the area, which indicate an important cultural site to the area itself. However, another important theme that we notice is basically on the underframed destination and loss of potential. We found that although several destinations is being highlighted and being shared as an important destination for the culinary heritage experience, but somehow another destination is not being framed accordingly by the tourists. So it's like the word of mouth is happening within the famous area of the destination itself. For an example, we do have Pahang State in Malaysia. Somehow, most of the sharing or the destination frame about Pahang is about the natural beauty and not about the food. Although Pahang have a very distinct important culinary heritage traditions as compared to others like Kelantan or Malacca, as well as Pulau Pinang, where they being framed accordingly and significantly with the traditional or heritage food. So certain destinations that is not being framed sufficiently cause a lot of potential for the future travelers to come and try enjoying the traditional heritage food. From the finding, we found that the important role of social media is not only sharing and important information about the destination, but it's also allowing a direct engagement with the audiences. The most important thing when we talk about the social media platform and marketing activities is about timeliness and reliability as compared to the traditional ways of brochure or government ebook, something like that. It is quite not likely to be updated according to the timeline. But when we talk about social media platform, you're able to see when is basically the date of visit of that particular posting. Either it is a new share or either it is a new actual environment, or it is like last 10 years or last 5 years back.
Mr. Latif,
yes,
you have only 3 minutes more.
Okay, and then it's also allowed for the global reach and grassroots of the promotion, because social media is basically doesn't have any limitation as long as you have an internet and you have an access to the specific platform itself. However, because of the imbalance in promotion, so it's very important to make sure the state government to focus as well on the culinary heritage as a part of the important tourism product, considering that a lot of international travelers didn't know well about the diversification of the destination or state which offering different type of cuisine. And then last but not least, the social media definitely able to promote the culinary heritage, in which is able to support the local economies as well as the identity of a specific local area. However, in terms of the practicality, most of the informants quite agree that the government agency didn't fully utilize digitalizations and social media in marketing a specific area of tourism, particularly on the culinary heritage destination, in which should be leveraged by using social media to attract more visitors and enhance the visibility of traditional food that are able to actually preserve the culinary heritage and being a part of important tourism product for the specific destination. That's only from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Latif, for that inspiring presentation on food, culture, destination image as driven by social media. Okay. And are there any questions for him or contributions for him? Okay, I see that you're trying to say that stakeholders use more food promotion in social media. You know, there are destinations that you said they're promoting more of their landscape, nature, and all that. Well, I guess maybe those are the most attractive things about those areas. And maybe they're trying to be distinctive or different from other areas. What do you think about the fact that there can be areas could have like an advantage, you know? Some destinations could have particular advantage about nature and the landscape.
Yeah. Okay, Prof, in the case of study context within the Malaysia itself, every state is definitely having their own important tourism product. What we are trying to say here, certain destination is not being framed at all about their heritage food. Although the local travelers or those people staying in Malaysia, they definitely know, for example, if you want to get this specific cuisine, you must go to Pahang, for example. Okay. Somehow, for the international traveler with very limited information and with such information that cannot be obtained thoroughly from the social media, that what caused they are losing certain important contribution for the local economics in terms of tourism itself. The point over here is definitely every state have their own important tourism product, but it is much more better because the scenario in Malaysia is I would say a little bit different compared to other countries because we have so much numbers of ethnic in Malaysia, and every single state have their own important cuisine that being heritage by the ancestor, in which should be highlighted as an important tourism product. It could be, it is not the primary tourism product, but it can be a secondary because it's such a waste if we are not using social media to leverage all this information to attract more visitors to that particular destination, because different tourists have different preferences in terms of what things they are looking for. So by having this leveraging of integration between social media and culinary heritage, we definitely can pull much more different group of travelers to that particular destination that are able to improve the local economies as well as preserving the culinary heritage of the destination itself.
Okay, we get you. You want food and food to be elevated in terms of the promotion also on social media for tourism. All right, so what's the next level of your research?
We currently actually in the process of, we have been analyzed and in the process of coming out with the model of social media and culinary heritage. We just received a patent copyright for the model. It has been conducted and we try to actually submit for the publication in WoS-indexed journal Q1 in the process. And that's basically the ongoing process of this thing. When we talk about social media and culinary heritage, is a very big area that we are looking into, and this framing is one of the objectives of the study itself.
Okay, that's interesting. Just want to ask, is there some regulation of social media that could affect this promotion of food, culture, and promotion of tourism in Malaysia?
Okay, in the context of local government body and regulation, Alhamdulillah, so far we don't have any specific regulation or restriction in terms of posting. But of course, the type of content of the posting in the social media is belong or responsible by the poster or by the individual itself. So of course, you have to obey with, for example, there is no, I don't know, certain negative behavior that will definitely influence the other communities of followers. But in terms of food and tourism, normally we have no limit or no specific boundaries in terms of content to be posted.
All right, for now. Wonderful. So are there any questions or contributions for this research? Is there any of your presenters that's online? Your co-presenters, is there anyone that's online?
I think yes. I think one of them is here. There is this kind of having a class.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that presentation. If there are no more questions or contributions, let's take the next presentation then.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for that presentation. THE003.
Thank you, Prof.
Yes, you're welcome. Ms. Rohima.
Noon, everybody.
You have 10 minutes.
In this section,
Management
with
of
presentation
Cameron tourists. Yes, we can see it.
about management of Kemiren tourist culture based on management of Kemiren tourist village based on culture in Banyuwangi Regency. I am a student of doctoral tourism in Udayana. For introduction, Kemiren tourist village in Banyuwangi is located near Bali, and they have many appreciate from tourism ministry and other stakeholder to appreciate how to Kemiren improve, and there are many tourism culture in here. So why the Kemiren I choose as a locus of research. The development of culture-based tourism village require of management strategy, balancing culture conservation and tourism industry need. As a law number 10/2009 emphasizes the importance of systematic and sustainable management that protect culture values and the environment. Tourism village management should involve active community participants to ensure economic, social, culture, and environment sustainable. In methodology,
Your slide is not moving.
sorry, methodology.
Okay.
A collective research method combined with FGD, and I use in vivo-based question analysis. The study will examine village management, especially in relation to the Osing people culture and key culture attraction. Many key culture attraction that I use for informant that Pesinawan Traditional School, Osing Cultural Center, Osing Traditional, Kedaton Wetan Homestay, and Osing Traditional Architecture House. The village uniquely culture, including the Asian tradition and significant annual event like Idar Bumi and Tumpeng Sewu, underscores its tourism potential. By combining qualitative method and critical analysis, the study improved the management of cultural tourism, promote sustainable economic growth, and enhance the experience in Kemiren Village, make it a significant model for cultural-based tourism in Indonesia. Okay, for now, the finding in my research, the model of for management in this village is collaborate with stakeholders such as Bundes Engineers Group and Home and Engage in Culture Event Planning with the village government in tourist department. The role of stakeholder in managing culture based on tourism village in Kemiren Banyuwangi, there are collaboration with any stakeholder in there. For analyze how to management tourism culture in Kemiren, we use the first one with identify first stakeholder and then classification stakeholder and find correlation each other any stakeholder. For this in this matrix, so that after have identified stakeholder, classification stakeholder consists of any four subject for in management. The first one is content setter. The stakeholder that insert in content setter has high influence and low interest, for example, traditional community institute and culture school in Kemiren. And stakeholder who rule as a player is village tourism group, village own enterprise, homestay, and culture house. There are many high interest and high influence in management of tourism village, and then stakeholder that have role as subject. There are many high interest and low influence, such as Kemiren Village Government and Department of Culture and Tourism, who can gain influence through alliance. And stakeholder that have grown, they has low interest and low influence. They are academic and media, which influence should be managed as their role may offer. For this discussion, active stakeholder participation is essential for managing Kemiren culture-based tourism village. While Pokdabes, tourism business, and BUMDes are key players, academic involvement needs improve the lack of facilities, communication, forum, and a focus on the Suko only. Exactly in Kemiren, not only Suko, but many places as attraction. But in this management of Kemiren village is concentrated in Suko. To address these challenges, increase stakeholder engagement, inclusive planning, and cohesive regulation for culture preservation are needed. This will foster synergy, expand decision-making, involvement, and ensure sustainable tourism management of Kemiren. For conclusion and recommendation, the research finding conclude that stakeholder participation in Kemiren culture-based tourism village is limited by their capacities and background. While Pokdabes tourism business and BUMDes are actively involved, academic support is lack and stakeholder synergy is poor, resulting in tokenist participant planning focus mainly on the Suko area, neglecting other culture asset and BUMDes business. There is no central culture point. Until now, there is no central culture point in Kemiren, and management is primarily driven by Pokdabes tourism business and BUMDes only, with monitoring limited to post-event. The absence of cohesive government regulation for culture preservation and fragmented access regulation highlight to need to improve stakeholder synergy, involvement in planning and commercial regulation for culture preservation. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Rohima, for that presentation on cultural tourism. Are there your co-writers? Is there anyone on? Is there anyone online?
Co-writer, I have informed. I have informed that for now is presentation and they have known, but she's still online in other place.
Oh, she's online?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You said the contribution of academics to the culture tourism is actually low.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Why do you think this is so?
Because the result of our research that academic is present, but not focused on management, but they have to make a research. Then the result is back home to the campus, to university, not present to stakeholder that in Kemiren. Many academic make research, but not to follow how the management in there, and then bring them the solution when the management of Kemiren has problem. So we said that role of academic is so poor in there, because many result has just back to their university, and the stakeholder correlation in management, nothing to not to see and not to hear what is the result of the research in Kemiren, like that.
Okay, that means that first there's not too much research on management, and then there's no town gown collaboration, or let's say the results of the research are not being made known to stakeholders that are outside the campus. Is that what you mean?
The research, I have seen many paper, many journal has to publish about Kemiren village, but concentrated how to management is not yet I found it. But management for one attraction, I just found, but I make confirmation to the management in Kemiren. They said we don't know what the result of the research in Kemiren. So I said that maybe next time, if many research in Kemiren, I suggest to management in Kemiren to ask to present it to management, to all stakeholders, that collaboration to management in Kemiren village, like that, sir.
All right, that's good. So what's the next level of your research? What are you going to do next? Is it going to be part of solving this problem,
Okay,
so to say, of not too much work being done in management?
yeah,
And then for stakeholders to know that
yeah,
researchers are working on management?
okay. When we held FGD with all stakeholders, they're so very happy because along the Kemiren is in tourism, hot in tourism, many stakeholders still not yet to bring together in discussion. So one stakeholder go with with her business, with his business alone, and this one other stakeholder is doing business alone and improve, and two of part join to make a business in this Kemiren. So I think in the result of this research is any media, any forum communication for all stakeholders to make collaboration, how to improve, how to manage a good management in tourism village, like that, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Are
you.
there any questions or contributions to Rohima? Because I think it's a common situation in the developing world that there's so much isolation of what academics are doing compared to what happens in the industry. And it is that collaboration, town-gown collaboration, that's really absent and that needs to be facilitated, you know. Thank you. So if there are any other questions or contributions, okay, if there's none, we'll take the last presentation in this session, which is CYE001. That's
Hello?
about video module.
Yes,
Thank you,
hi.
Kohima. Okay. This Miss
Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Suhaimi. Okay. You can share your.
Can you see my slide?
Okay, we can see it. You have 10 minutes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum, hi, and good morning to Prof and all the friends in the rooms. So my name is Nur Shafika, and my proposal title is Video Modeling Module in Improving Self-Help Skill amount to do with ASD. So ASD is Autism Spectrum Disorder. So firstly, I would like to explain on the background of the study. Slide. Can you see the slide? Okay, can you see the slide?
Yes, we can see the slide. It's just that you have enlarged it So
sorry,
part
sorry.
of it is no longer on the screen.
Is it like this? Can you see?
Okay, better. You can continue now. It's okay.
Okay. So firstly, I would like to explain on the background of the study. This study, okay, many children with ASD face difficulty in skills, and because of that, they have to rely on the caregiver, parents or teacher. So the dependency of this can lead individual less self-worth and also decrease their quality of their life. So, however, we have found that video modeling is a successful intervention to teaching a widely range of target ability of or a skill. Okay, so what is video modeling? Video modeling is defined as a process in which person asks to watch a video on a target skill. Then the person will imitate the behavior of the model in perform the skill displayed in the video. So recently, the video modeling module on the self-help skill were developed in the local context by Cik Daud in 2021. And furthermore, this study is to validate the module of the video modeling self-help skill among children with ASD in the content and face validation. So next, I will explain on our research aim and objective. So our aim is to examine the space validity and also content validity module of video modeling in improved self-help skill among ASD children. So our objective have two. Firstly, our objective is to explore component and structure of video modeling with expert panel. And our second objective is to examine the face and content validity of the video modeling module of self-help skill children among ASD. Okay, here is the summarize of literature review. Literature review. Oh, why the picture is small? Literature review in the study. So firstly, many children ASD unable to take care of their basic needs, causing them to dependent to the others. And they have been supported in the research by latest research by AMER it all in 2021. Among 60 children ASD, they found that 70 children is dependent in terms of grazing, lower limb, lower garment, and also upper garment. So 28 children over 60 is needed help, and only 15 among 60 ASD is independent in grazing. Next, in the terms of grooming, 35 children require assistance in grooming themselves, and only 25 were independent in grooming. So nowadays we are found that video we have found that video-based instruction become more popular. So children more interest in learning from video compared to listening or reading a book. So video modeling is teaching a method which person watch a film video, example of model performing one task, and then they have to imitate the task in the video. So this is video modeling is an excellent technique to teach and have been proven by the latest study in 2018 by Ismail. Okay, a study by Ismail determined that effectiveness of video modeling module in social contact social interaction among ASD children. So this study have proven that video modeling module can be used in teaching ASD children in social interaction. So this study have been made in Johor Bahru, Malaysia, and they are using their special education teacher are using this video modeling module to guide and promote social interaction among their ASD children. So our aim is Cik Daud 2021 has successfully developed a module of video modeling in self-help skill implement in Bahasa Malaysia as our primary language to make it easier for potential user. And also we are using friendly culture in Malaysia, environment and situation in the video, so it can be easy to understand and apply. However, it haven't been validated yet, in which our aim of the study. Next, I will explain on the methodology. So we are using focus group discussion, FGD. Firstly, the development and design of the module already made in the previous study by Cik Daud in 2021. So 9 expert panel.
Miss Suhaimi,
yes,
you have only 4
yes.
minutes more.
Okay.
4
Okay, thank you.
minutes.
So okay, thank you. So now expert panel were invited the FGD based on their inclusion as exclusion criteria. So the expert panel were given the first version of the module and also the demographic questionnaire. So we gathered the discussion through online. All the comment of the first version were gathered and recorded and analyzed by content analysis in a term. So after that, after we analyze the data, we improvise the new version of the module. So we go into next is result of the funding. So the demographic of characteristic of expert panel were gathered summarized in the table. So as you can see, there are 9 multidisciplinary experts, age range from 33 to 49 years old, and one all is Malay, one is male, and other is female. So expert background, professional, high education were considered before we organize the FGD. As you can see, they must have 8 years of experience handling children with ASD. So the next finding is method of data analysis. Okay, method of data analysis of the FGD identified in 3 themes. The first theme is organization. Okay, in this theme, here is the summarized comment or opinion from the expert during the FGD. So as for example, they're saying challenging to understand in page 5, it would helpful to reduce the word and suggesting we use a list of bullet to help comprehension compared to long word explanation. So, and also advise us to simplify the sentence to clear information. And then we conclude in this theme, we should organize in a short and clear words to help understand and interesting in reading. Our second term, we identify as a layout and topography of the a module. So text and image comment say that text and image should be clear, concisely explanation based of the image. So during the FGD, actually on this theme, not much comment on the expert. Majority have been concluded that module have a good font choice and layout of the excellent with carefully planning. The third themes are on content and language. Some comment regarding our mistake on spelling, a few mistake spelling on page 7 and also 20 on plate and expert therapies. So expert have highlighted that the module needs in Malaysia and also caregiver to use it. So as we can see here, the result is as the team wants to organize, we aim to organize the content structure clear and understandable. The second themes are to emphasize an important topography layout, improvise user comprehension, easy to reading, and implement the module. So the third language we created the common Malay, easy to understand and easy to implement with the children. So overall, experts have been agree that the module have a good content and also have achieved objective with a minor error that we need to be fixed before the validation education children a guideline to improve implementation. So the module have achieved the objective, but improvement has been needed as a local use, and especially ASD children in Malaysia require robust content and validation. So my next plan are to validate the module of second version video modeling module. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Suhaimi, for that presentation on how to educate children with autism. You said your next thing is to validate the corrected version, right? After it has been improved.
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
All right. So I just want to ask, of course, in terms of this relates to ethics and research methods and all that. Is it why working with children with autism or even a little bit of older people like teenagers and all that? Is it ever possible to collect data from them in terms of,
Okay.
and not use experts? Is it possible?
And not using an expert?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In my opinion, based on the study that I have been looked out, I found that this need to be discussed with expert more than towards ASD children directly, is because we need a guideline, we need someone to teach them to record a video, especially they need to know what aspect that the children difficult. So if they have the children, if have difficulty in dressing or toileting, what step that they need to know. So one step, it is easy if the parents or teacher if guide the student ASD children directly to their environment, example home environment. So I think this module needs expert panel comments so that I can improve more on the module so that I can understand.
Okay, so you always have to use experts or caretaker or social worker that's working with them before.
Yes.
How about, is it possible to do researcher's observation? That is, if a kind of ethnography, kind of, you know, like you are observing both the children and the caretaker at the same time as the researcher. That is.
Oh,
is it possible to
understand?
do that?
I understand. This is our plan in the next research, which is in the phase validity, we will include eight parents of ASD children, and we will teach and implement each parents caregiver to the children using the module. This is the next study. We will include the parents also.
Ah, okay, that's fantastic. That's good, because I'm just thinking about how doing research with them can get better, and then go beyond just the experts to the real active people, you know, that are subjects of the research, kind of. Are there any other contributions to this interesting paper on video modeling as a means of educating autism, children with autism? Any
Sorry,
other?
Prof?
No, I'm asking whether there are other contributors or people have questions for you, you know, on this paper. Are there any of your presenters online, co-presenters online? Your collaborators on the paper, are they online?
No, Prof, only me.
Okay, only you that's online. Okay. You've told us about your next level of research and what you're going to do. And we have suggested that you could also do observation or ethnography. All right, thank you very much for that presentation. I think that presentation brings us to the end of this session, breakout session. Yes, Professor Yusuf.
We cannot hear you.
You are muted. You are muted, Professor Yusuf. You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Right. My hotel is actually in the city of Bandung, and it's in front of the main street. So it's going to be, you know, very hazardous to hear. Anyway, thanks again for a great session, Prof. Baba, today. Hopefully you can join us again for our opening session for 2025, which will be held at Bangkok Island in Malaysia. So I hope you will be available to chair one of the sessions. Okay, we have not opened up yet, the poster, but it should be very, very soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks again. We'll keep in touch. Yeah,
All
via
right,
email.
all right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Right. Thank you.
All right.
Right. And
Thank
to the rest
you.
of yes, thank you. And to the rest of the participants, thank you very much for keeping up with the time. Right. And I reserve my comments actually in the post-conference session. Please attend the post-conference session, which is a week, 1 week from today, from which is on a Wednesday, yeah, after the conference, the first week of Wednesday. You should be attending it, yeah, even though you are not in the running for the best paper award, because best paper awards are just for those who are F2F, yeah. But then again, it's very important for you to attend as well, because there are many things you need to buckle up, because you'll be surcharged for non-conformity with the requirements. So please attend the post-conference. We'll have a tutorial, one-to-one, yeah, one-to-ones, and let yourself off the hook of being surcharged. Okay, we have actually sent to you guidelines how to do it properly. Yeah, so please attend. Okay, and don't what I'm getting is that please please attend. Please attend, because most of you who are virtual presenters, they shy away from attending the post-conference. Okay, but it is very important. Yeah, make sure that you are off the hook of being surcharged. Right. Thanks again. And for those who will be presenting F2F who are here, yeah, please get your conference back by 8:30 during your registration. Okay. Thank you very much. See you all again. Thank you, Babatunde. See you next year. Bye bye.
All right.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.